Hello students, as you all know that we are discussing attention, which is your fourth unit of the course, and in that we had discussed about different aspects of it. In the last video we discussed about different types of attention, and in today's video we'll be discussing the various factors which affect the process of attention. I'm referring here to your own textbook, that is the Introduction to Psychology by Dr. Shashi Jain book. So there are various factors which are responsible for attention. There are many things around us, but we don't pay attention to all the things, and we select a few. It's a selective process, as we have already discussed while discussing the characteristics. So what are those things which make us attend to certain stimuli and ignore others? The two types of factors are found to be responsible for that. Some are external factors, which are also known as objective factors. And then there are some internal factors or factors which are associated with the individual concerned, and those are known as subjective factors. So first we'll discuss about external factors or objective factors. These are those factors which are outside the situation or stimuli which make the strongest impact to capture our attention. Means those factors which are outside individual and which compel an individual to pay attention to certain situations or stimuli over others. So that is why they are known as external factors. First such external factor is nature of the stimulus. And it is found that not all types of stimuli are able to bring the same degree of attention. Some stimuli attract more attention and some less. It is found that a picture attracts more attention and quick attention than words. If you depict something in the form of a picture, it is found, and you must have experienced in your own lives also, that the things which are represented pictorial in a pictorial way, they grab more attention rather than it's just written in the form of words. So picture is more attention grabbing than words. Then among pictures also it is seen that the pictures of humans are found to attract more attention than that of animals. You can relate it with your own life, whether you feel the same or not, that human pictures or figures, they attract more attention than those of animals. Then colored pictures are more forceful, more attractive, more and that is why they grab more attention than black and white ones. Again, you can relate it with your own experience. Then pictures of great and known personalities attract attention much sooner than ordinary man's picture. This also you must have come across in your life. When you see some pictures of some rich and famous or so-called celebrities, then you are more interested in that. You pay more attention to that rather than an ordinary man's picture, or when you look at some advertisement printed or in the television, then such people grab more attention than the ordinary people. And using these cues, using these facts, books are prepared accordingly, especially the children's book. You must have seen a few years back these things were not taken into consideration much much as these are taken in consideration in today's times, because everything is now like psychology has penetrated the field of education also very effectively. So, especially to grab the attention of children, these factors are made use of. And even it is applicable to even the elders also. So, nature of stimulus. किस तरह का stimulus, किस तरह का उद्दीपक है, that also makes a huge difference. Then intensity of the stimulus. What we mean by intensity is the strength of the stimulus, how strong the stimulus is. A stimulus which is strong, sharp, or intense will attract more attention and more quickly than a weak one. Loud sound will attract more attention than a whisper. Loud noise will attract more attention than a low whisper or murmur. Similarly, bright light, strong smell, we attend more to these things. माइल्ड स्मेल होगी, माइल्ड सी लाइट होगी, तो बहुत ज़्यादा हमारा अटेंशन नहीं वो कैच कर पाएगी. तो इंटेंसिटी ऑफ द स्टिमुलस ऑल्सो मेक्स अ ह्यूज डिफरेंस in deciding whether a person will attend to that or not. Then change in the stimulus. It is seen that one of the most important condition for attention is change. Whenever there is change, that grabs more attention. There are things around us which we are very used to. We are used to those things, and that is why we don't sometimes pay much attention to that. We take those things for granted. But when there is some change in that routine situation, then we are more likely to notice that change. But the condition is that the change should be sudden and not gradual. The change should be sudden, not gradual. धीरे धीरे कोई change होगा, a change which will occur gradually. Again, we'll get used to that small change. But when it is sudden, then it is more attention grabbing. The change can be in anything. It can be in the motion of that object, it can be in the quality of the stimulus, it can be in the intensity of the stimulus, it can be in the size or extensivity of the stimulus. Change can be of any type. For example, a very good example is when your clock on the wall, it's ticking, it's in order, it's working, it's functioning well, showing you time properly, you will not notice this. You will not notice that as much, or you will not pay attention to it that much as compared to when it stops functioning. Suddenly you'll see the time, or you will not listen to the ticking sound of the clock. You'll pay attention to that. So that is an example how a change grabs the attention. Okay. So change in stimulus. Then size of the stimulus or extensivity. Size of the stimulus or extensivity is another important factor for attention. A large building will be more readily noticeable than a small one. आप कहीं जा रहे हो, you are moving on a road or traveling through your car, तो जो large buildings आती हैं, that is more attention grabbing than the smaller ones. Hence, larger the size of the thing, the more likely one notices it. Very simple, very basic. The examinee writes the title in capital or big alphabet so as to attract the attention of the examiner. This is what you practice in your exams. You write and you are told by us also that whenever you write your exam, so you need to take care of the headings. You need to put good headings, legible, with a different color pen, sketch pen probably, or you need to underline something. So it is to attract more attention. So size, because size of the stimulus, that also matters. And it has been researched that by doubling the size of an object, 40 to 50% of attention value is increased. That when we double the size of an object, there are 40 to 50% more chances of grabbing more attention by that stimulus. So size of the stimulus is another very, very important factor. Then location of the stimulus. If the stimulus is far, then it may not attract much attention, but if it is too near, then, or it is in proximity to you, then that stimulus is more likely to attract attention from you. So the distance, physical distance between the stimulus and the person also plays an important role. Nearer the object, more attentive the person will be towards that object or that stimulus. And further, it was found that anything which is in the center always gets more attention. Something in the center of something, like figure and ground concept we have discussed in perception in earlier courses. तो जो figure है, if it is in the center, like suppose this is on this book, if there is some picture here or some important information written boldly in the center, then it will be more attention grabbing. Okay, so things put in the center are more attention grabbing. Hence, even if a small picture is placed in the middle of the printed page, it's likely to draw attention. Then further, it is found that upper half of the object, किसी चीज का जो upper half होता है, that and left half gets more attention than lower half and right side of the object. So these are the things proved on the basis of various research. Okay, that upper half and the left half gets more attention than lower and the right half of some object. Then next is novelty of the stimulus. Novelty or newness जो है, that is also a very important factor in attracting attention. Whatever is new around us, we pay more attention to it. So what is it's used, these factors are used in various fields wherever they are required. तो कुछ न्यूनेस लाने से, बच्चे को कुछ सिखाना है तो कोई नई किताब लाएंगे, कुछ नई तरह से उसको पढ़ाएंगे, नई तरह से उसको सिखाएंगे, नए एग्जाम्पल्स देंगे. तो न्यूनेस किसी भी तरीके का जो होता है, दैट गिव्स मोर चांसेस टू ग्रैब अटेंशन. उससे जो है monotony break होती है. And then the change, novelty brings the change, which we have already discussed, that change brings the chances of more attention. So novelty is capable of seeking more attention. The objects which we are accustomed to see in our lives around us, they are not noticed. बट अगर कोई नई चीज़ आ जाती है, घर में आपके फर्नीचर हैं, तो आप नहीं नोटिस करते हो, ठीक है सालों से देख रहे हो, पड़ा है, पर कोई न्यू पीस ऑफ फर्नीचर आपके पेरेंट्स ला के रख देते हैं, तो यू इमीडिएटली यू अटेंड टू दैट. ठीक है, तो एनीथिंग विच इज़ न्यू दैट अट्रैक्ट्स अटेंशन. देन कॉन्ट्रास्ट इन द स्टिमुलस. If there is a contrast in the stimulus, means a lean, thin fellow in the company of big, stout man is attended to very soon because of the contrast between them. Whenever there is contrast between stimuli, that is also very much noticeable. एक बहुत पतला व्यक्ति is moving in the company of big, stout, huge man, so it is definitely attention grabbing. The contrast can be in the shape, size or form. It can be even in the color. ना तभी जो है जहाँ पे हमें लगता है कि there should be people should pay more attention to this information or the sign, so they are made in such a way that colors used are very contrasting so that ज़्यादा ध्यान उस पर पड़े. जैसे डिफरेंट साइनेजेस साइन बोर्ड्स लगे होते हैं, चाहे वो नो स्मोकिंग जोन के हों, चाहे नो पार्किंग जोन के हों या ट्रैफिक सिग्नल्स हैं, तो कॉन्ट्रास्ट जो है कलर्स जो है कंट्रास्ट में यूज़ किए जाते हैं. देन इफ देयर इज ऑल dirty sketches around and then there's a beautiful drawing amidst that, तो उस पर ध्यान ज़्यादा जाएगा आपका. तो कॉन्ट्रास्ट हो गया ना, गुड एंड बैड में, क्वालिटी पुअर एंड गुड में, तो उस तरह से कॉन्ट्रास्ट ऑल्सो attracts more attention. Then repetition of the stimulus. It is seen that repetition is also an important factor in securing attention. क्योंकि we may ignore the stimulus first time, but when it is repeated several times, it captures our attention. Repetition जो है वो भी देखा गया है, it is an important factor in grabbing attention. हम कई बार हम देखते हैं एड्स आते हैं चीज़ों के, प्रोडक्ट्स के ऑन द टीवी, हम उसको इग्नोर करते हैं, पता नहीं क्या है, किस तरह का क्रीम है या किस तरह का सोप है कुछ. बट व्हेन इट इज़ रिपीटेड सो मेनी टाइम्स देन वी स्टार्ट पेइंग अटेंशन, लेट्स सी व्हाट इट इज़ ऑल अबाउट. इट्स कमिंग every 5 minutes or 10 minutes. So repetition captures the attention. While in the teaching learning situation in the classroom, when a teacher repeats the point which is important, तो students are more likely to pay attention, because हो सकता है कि वो important point जो है students ने miss कर दिया हो पहले, but when the teacher repeats this again and again, that is bound to get certain degree of attention from the students. Advertisements का we have already discussed कि किस तरह से advertisements में इसका यूज़ होता है. प्रोपेगेंडा जितना भी होता है आजकल का टाइम जो है, टुडेज टाइम इज़ दैट ऑफ प्रोपेगेंडा. जितना आप किसी के बारे में शोर मचाओगे, प्रोपेगेंडा करोगे, पब्लिसिटी करोगे, उतना आपको सुना जाएगा, देखा जाएगा, उतना आपको अटेंशन मिलेगा. तो रेपिटेशन, बार बार प्रोपेगेंडा भी बार बार किया जाता है किसी चीज़ के बारे में. इट कैन बी पॉजिटिव, दैट कैन बी फॉर नेगेटिव. But again, जो ये this practice of repetition should be used carefully. Too much repetition of the stimulus may bring diminishing results, because after all, novelty of the stimulus should be there, change in the stimulus should be there. So repetition definitely grabs a lot of attention, but after some time that repetition needs to be little changed. कुछ ना कुछ उसमें नोवेल्टी डालनी पड़ती है, कुछ ना कुछ चेंज करना पड़ता है, तभी एडवर्टाइजमेंट्स वगैरह में कुछ ना कुछ चेंज करते रहते हैं. या मॉडल को चेंज कर देंगे, टैग लाइन चेंज कर देंगे, है ना. उसी तरह से जो हम प्रोडक्ट्स यूज़ करते हैं, कभी उसकी बॉटल चेंज कर देंगे, कभी उसका रैपर चेंज कर देंगे, कभी सोप का बाहर का डिब्बी चेंज कर देंगे, कभी उसका कलर चेंज कर देंगे, लाइक दैट. देन मूवमेंट ऑफ द स्टिमुलस. A moving stimulus catches our attention more quickly than one which is still. ये देखा गया है कि जो भी मूव कर रहा होता है स्टिमुलस, दैट इज मोर अटेंशन grabbing as compared to the stationary one. And most of the advertisers for their products, for selling their products, they make use of this fact and they try to capture the attention of people through moving electric lights. आपने देखा होगा कि बोर्ड्स होते हैं लगे हुए, स्पेशली इन बिग सिटीज़, जो रात के टाइम पे बहुत उसमें लाइट्स जो हैं वो मूव करती रहती हैं. And they are quite capable of attracting attention. Okay, तो ये भी यूज़ आजकल तो आपने देखा होगा कि रेस्टोरेंट्स हैं या कोई इस तरीके की शॉप्स हैं, मॉल्स हैं, वहाँ पर भी खूब लाइट्स का यूज़ होता है, एंड लाइट्स आर कॉन्टिन्यूसली मूविंग हियर एंड देयर. वो जो आती हैं डिफरेंट डिफरेंट पैटर्न्स में वो मूव कर रही होती हैं, ऐसे लग रहा होता है कि फ्लो कर रही है लाइट. Like that kind of moment is created to grab more attention. Then meaningfulness of the stimulus. Very, very important factor, that if the stimulus is having some meaning for the person or is having some importance to us, then we pay attention to that. And if it doesn't concern to us, then we pay less attention to that or no attention to that. We don't pay attention to those objects, those stimuli around us which are useless to us. कई बार हो रहा होता है. अब while I'm talking to you, outside my house there are water tanks जहाँ से पूरे सोलन को पानी सप्लाई होता है, और वहाँ पर उसके they were open for years now. अब उसका जो है उसके ऊपर रूफिंग हो रही है, छत लग रही है उन टैंक्स के ऊपर. So it's continuous noise right from 7 o'clock in the morning to 9 o'clock at night. But since it's going on for past 2 months, it was disturbing earlier because it was new, it was something, novelty of the stimulus was there. But then now we are doing our work as usual, and we are not paying attention to it. Automatically that level of attention has gone very, very down, because that's meaningless to us. And moreover, we know that we can't change that in a way, so that also has happened, and it is no more novel to us, new to us. So all those factors, meaningfulness of the stimulus is very, very essential. The more meaningful the stimulus for us, the more attention we'll pay to it. Okay, so these are some of the important external factors which determine our level of attention towards some stimuli, towards some situation, or anything around us in the environment. Rest in the next video. Put your attendance in the comment section. Thank you.